guys. Quiet on set. Thank you. All right. You ready?
That's gonna be in it. No, that's gonna be in it.
Why whenever I do something, it's in it, but when you do it, and I'm like, Arly, keep it in. No.
I don't care. That's gonna be in it, guys. Quiet on set. Okay. All right.
That's how I prepare. I'm a professional. Okay. Hi, guys. Welcome back to the podcast where we talk about a little bit of this and a little bit of that with me, Ajane,
And Arly.
my lovely, lovely co-host.
Would you ever change your last name?
At some point in my life as a child, I made the decision that I wouldn't just take their last name.
Mm-hmm.
I would.
You'd make it part of yours.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like the first ever boyfriend I had, I don't know why we were talking about it because I was in 9th grade. But I think I was like, yeah, I don't really want to take, I don't want to take your last name. I would just rather just hyphenate it with mine. And then he was like, well, why would you do that? I mean, you just change it to my last name. And I was just like, well, would you change yours to mine? And he was like, no, I like my last name. And I literally was like, so do you think I hate my own? And then he was just kind of stunned.
Right.
And I was just like, exactly.
Yeah. And yeah, I don't think I would change mine.
When I heard that you could just create a last name.
Yeah.
Low key.
Yeah.
I
would low key do that.
Kind of goes against my first thing because I was like, I don't want to lose my last name, but if I can create one, we're starting a new lineage.
No, because I'm thinking like my name is already hyphenated. My last name is already hyphenated.
That is true.
I do not want to hyphenate it again.
3.
No, it's just not gonna happen.
And then it's like, because all of them are legally your last name.
Yeah.
So you could like pick one each time. Like my mom's she hyphenated her last name. But on some stuff she has Smith, and then on other stuff she has Curtis, and then on other stuff she has it both. And I was just like, girl.
No, actually, so my last name is hyphenated, but when me and my brother were growing up, we were taught by our parents that we only had, we had the 2 last names, but they were never hyphenated.
Right.
Like, it was just Inca. That's it. So all of our papers we signed, all of everything for school and everything, it was my first name, my last name, that's it.
Yeah.
Right? As my brother got to college and we had to fill out all these legal documents and stuff like that, they were like, no, you have to write your name as it is on your birth certificate and your social security.
And it's hyphenated?
And it's hyphenated. Okay. So legally, our last names are hyphenated.
Okay.
But so that's something we had to now start doing. And it was just this whole thing where my dad was like, you see, we shouldn't have hyphenated it. Now it's going to be complicated. Now we have to change all these things.
But was it really that complicated? Or was it just like starting now?
Starting now is a thing, yeah. That's basically it. But I don't think I'd add another hyphen to
when you were learning to write your name, did you write it hyphenated?
No, it was just my first and last name. That's it.
You see, that would be that's the only thing I'm like for my children. That'll probably be kind of, you don't know how to write at all, and now we're asking you to write two last names. I guess once you start learning how to write, then we can throw the other name in there.
But I think that's also with people with really long names.
Ridiculous.
If I'm gonna teach my child how to write a name that's 9-10 letters long.
And that's the one part of parenthood I'm not ready for. The level of patience you gotta have for these little children. My God. Yeah. And it's adorable. It's so cute. But it's I was trying to, when Nazare was younger, I was trying to help her with writing out her name because she was at that point. I couldn't. I did 3 attempts and I was like, you know what, Mom? I'm gonna leave this to you. You're the one. You literally work. This is your job. You can handle that.
When we were learning how to write, first of all, they teach you how to write in school, right?
They do, yeah.
So when I got home, my dad would sit me and my brother across from each other at a table. and he'd pull out this book with lines in it. It was like the regular loose leaf lines and then a dotted line in between.
Yeah.
And he'd make us like write our names in script. So he would teach us script,
the script
at
way.
home, when at school it would be like the regular print.
Yeah.
So he would teach us script at home, and it was just like an hour, 2 hours of just sitting there, sitting across from my brother, looking at each other in our eyes and saying like,
this is
damn, bro, this is crazy. And it was just over and over, ARLY.
Well, at least you had a short name.
Yeah, I know.
At least.
That's why I was like relieved. But he'd come in to the room and check us like every 5-10 minutes. Be like, no, rewrite that. And I was like, oh my God. I feel like as kids, you think that certain situations would never end.
Yeah.
Like, I think in that moment I thought like, I'm never leaving. Like, this is just gonna keep happening.
I feel like that now, even though I have the perspective that it is gonna end.
Yeah,
but I'm just like, fuck,
yeah,
when will it end? Yeah, for sure. Do you know the password?
Do you know the Muffin Man?
Do you know the password to my?
No,
I think it's
I don't know any of your passwords except for your phone.
Oh my God, I'm about to say that's such a lie, but you don't.
I guess I can never guess your fucking computer password.
Yeah.
Fuck your
You know what's
computer.
crazy? That password, I made that password. Like, that password stems from, I was like, when I got my first ever iPhone 4.
Oh my God.
Yeah, girl. That's an OG
Well, I shouldn't
password.
say anything. All my passwords are basically the same.
Like, no one's cracking that. Nobody's cracking that code.
My thing is that I created some passwords that I have when I was like in 4th grade.
Yeah.
And I've changed all of them to ones that I use now. Because it's just so cringy to me.
Oh, yeah, no. Now that I'm thinking about, all of them are bad. None of them are like a password an adult should have.
Okay.
Like, if you saw it, I'd be like, hey, man, I was young when I made these, and I don't want to change them because they're ingrained into my brain.
When they made changing your Snapchat username, I was the first to jump on that shit. I hated mine.
Yeah.
And I was like, let me just put my Instagram handle real quick.
Yeah.
Because no, I hated it. Like, every time someone asks me, yo, what's your Snap? What's yours? I'll add you.
And the thing is, I love that we do that because it's like, they're still going to see your name to add you.
I'm not saying that shit out loud.
You don't want to say it out loud. And I get it. Nor do I want to write it down.
Yeah.
I don't want to acknowledge that it exists.
Yeah. But I don't even be using Snap.
Yeah, that's the only reason. Like, I changed it, but I wasn't too upset about it because it basically doesn't exist.
I feel like when I came to college, I just stopped. Not even like when COVID hit, after COVID hit.
I don't even know how Snapchat is still alive. How is it still, like, why
you're probably like
using it?
One of the few people that don't use Snap.
Are you kidding me? What are we using Snapchat for?
Honestly,
I just don't understand the purpose.
The last time I used it, wasn't even to text or snap anyone. It was just like to keep a memory. Yeah. Because you'd get like those notifications that are like 5 years ago from today, memories or whatever. So I go and I see them and I'm like, damn, I should probably take a picture of what I'm doing right now so that next year I'd be like, look how different my life has changed.
The only way I use Snap is the same way I use Google Photos.
I never used Google Photos.
Like, I keep it because it just has all of the photos that I have from freshman year and stuff like that.
Yeah. Even though, like, I'd be deleting them shits because I don't want to be reminded by that.
Understandable. I get it. Like, some of them I
go through some, I don't know why, but I'm so, like, I go through some memories for Snap and I be deleting the memories thinking that someone is going to come into my phone and see those memories pop up. And I don't I hate it. I hate
don't
it.
know. Well,
So I just be deleting
on my
them.
my main camera, they're not there anymore. Like the only way you'll see them is on Snap or on
Oh,
Google
I don't know.
Photos.
Here's the thing. When I had Snap, every single thing that I would take a picture of, I'd save. So
Right.
it'll save to my camera roll and to the memories.
Yeah, but then if you delete from camera roll, it'll just stay on the memories,
But
right?
now I have to go through all of that shit in my camera roll, and I haven't done that. It's so much
I don't
work.
even be caring. Like you could look at it. Now, if you choose to ask me about it, you may or may not get an answer.
Nah, there's some shit on there where I'm like, no.
Or like the only thing I say is like it was a moment in time. Period. We're not elaborating on it. It was a
No.
moment in time. All my whole ninth grade. Oh my god. My whole ninth grade. I think that whole thing was a moment in time. I can't elaborate.
Freshman year high school.
I was just like, so many mistakes were made.
I'm trying to remember my freshman.
So
'Cause
many fucking mistakes were made.
It's not. It wasn't even like it was that long. Actually, it was like 5 years ago
I'm happy.
or 6 years
Every
ago.
year I get further away from from ninth grade is better.
I think high school in itself was just. It was weird.
I liked it. I just didn't appreciate the ninth grade me. I looking back, like I give her grace. Love her. Very cool. Her hair, really nice. The choices she were making.
Yeah, I don't know.
My
I think high school was
God.
just weird for me because it just wasn't as I thought it was gonna be, especially because I was also in that college program thing. So it was like way different than a regular high school experience would be like. And that was also just like femme me.
Girl,
And
that was just stupid me. I don't know. I do not know. Like I really think about I just like what the fuck was I doing?
yeah.
What the fuck was I doing? And if you looked back on me and you saw me, I feel like you would just be like, bitch. That's what I do. Whenever I think about it, I'm just like, God, why didn't anyone stop me? Like, Michaela, why didn't you stop me? I just don't understand.
Shout out to you.
Michaela, why didn't you stop me? And I mean ninth grade specifically. Like, I made choices past then, but I feel like they were a lot better than the ninth grade ones. God. Like, I met Michaela, and that was like the best choice I've made that whole year. That whole ninth grade year, that was the best one.
Yeah.
And then the others were just like, "Grr." I know you're new at this, but goddamn. Somebody should have
No,
saved
it was
me.
just so crazy. I just, and then I remember in high school I was always just thinking about college. Like,
I don't think I started
like-
thinking about college until like 11th grade when they started asking about it.
no, I started thinking about college when I graduated from elementary school actually. Like my mom would tell me like she remembers me
Really?
saying at my elementary school graduation that I was going to move out for college.
Wow.
Yeah, that's how bad I wanted to go, bro.
Wow.
I was so
At every stage of my life, I feel like I was talking to my mom about that. I was like, I don't think I ever thought of myself in the future. When I was younger, I don't think I ever thought about, like, I might have thought about what I was doing next week, maybe like that summer, but I don't think I ever envisioned myself older. I never put any thought into that. It was just like, oh, I'm here.
Yeah, no.
I did it.
I think that was me, but like in the near future. Like I never thought of like what am I going to be doing in the next few months, in the next year, in the next 2 years. But I always had that idea of going to college and moving out to college. But that was like 6 years in advance. That wasn't like a year or two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So like I knew I was going to be here.
Period.
But
No, once I started thinking about college, I was like, yeah, if you thought I was staying at home, you're crazy. You're mad.
yeah, no.
You're underestimating this need to get out.
I just knew. Like and I know that there's people that know that they're not going to move out. Like like moving out is the furthest thing
From their mind.
from their mind.
Yeah.
And because it's not for everyone.
No.
And I think a lot of people think that to get the college experience, you need to move out.
That's what I thought.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think that was also another reason. Because I just felt like, I was like, what is college if I don't move out? Because I was just like, it's just going to be like high school. I'm going to go to class and then I'm going to come back home. And I mean, it definitely, I still feel like it'll still be much more than just that, because there's also a new level of freedom, and you're still growing. Like, you still have to grow. So, like, you're still going to be evolving. But to round it out, the college experience, you can, because college, I feel like it's the part where you learn about yourself in high school, you learn about yourself in elementary school, but a lot of the growth is going to be in college. So whether you move out, you stay at home, I think most of the questions that you have will be answered either way.
Most definitely.
Yeah, so either way, you're going to figure out what you like, what you don't like,
Yeah.
whether or not you want to stay at home for longer.
Yeah, and it's like a chance to meet new people. You're surrounded by different people with different backgrounds.
Definitely.
So, which leads us to our first question.
Oh? You got the question.
You got the question.
We have to introduce why we're doing these questions. We're doing a more in-depth intro to us. I know this is the third episode, so we're kind of late, but
this should have been our first episode.
Yeah, we just it was the tester. So we thought we'd give you guys a little bit more insight on who we are, but also our lovely friendship. I was going to touch you with my hand, but it's clammy, and I don't want to do that to you.
What? Why is it clammy?
Do you feel that? It's clammy.
Why?
I just think my hands get clammy.
Okay.
What about me is the most strange or unfamiliar?
I don't think strange. I think the something unfamiliar would probably be the way that, like, your personality.
Really?
I genuinely do not think I've ever been around anyone that has the same energy and personality as you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like genuinely dead ass about that.
Okay, well, like what? What would you describe my energy as?
I feel like your energy as in, like, even though people say that you're not, like, you don't be nice to people, or like you're rude, or like you're cold and shit, I don't think you are. Like, I think you're the complete opposite.
I don't think I am either, in the terms of they're basing it, like, a lot of people, or I'm gonna say a lot because I don't think everyone, but the person that said this to me, I'm like, you're basing it off of how I interact with you and them.
Yeah.
Which is like, I give you guys so much more than I would give the average person, because I'm like, well, you guys deserve that side of me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's what's different though. Like I don't think anyone else I've been around has been, like, very openly energetic.
I love that.
But it's not like one of those, like, very perky and quirky people. Cuz
Yeah.
Right. But you're not that. And yeah, I think that's what was unfamiliar. Cuz I feel like the people around me were always just very, like, calm, mellow, you know, but like you're very,
I love that perspective,
cheerful
on me.
And yeah, I've never been around people like that.
Okay, let me see. Nothing, I would say the most, and this isn't really strange either, I would just say, yeah, unfamiliar. And I was thinking about, because I was journaling yesterday, and I was like, my journal and journaling, I was like, you know what, like, something I really want is, I just want to be taken care of. Like, I want to be able to be with someone and just feel like I could take my hands off the wheel. And then I was just thinking, and I was like, that's what I feel like you are for me. And I don't think I've ever had that with anyone. Like I honestly, like if I was like in trouble, even now, like if I ever needed something at school, you're like the only person I would think about going to. Like
Oh.
legitimately. And I was just like, I don't think I've ever felt that way with someone where I trusted that they would be able to take care of me, like no matter what. Like, and I was having another conversation with someone else, and I was like, I feel like I never really like met someone, and this was more relationship wise. I was like, I feel like I'm never gonna find someone that does for me what I do for other people. And then I met you. And I literally feel like, the epitome of like pour into the cup of other people who pour into you.
Yeah.
That is literally what I feel like you do for me. And I was just like, and it's not like in one specific box, because I feel like you meet people that fulfill you, but in a specific realm. Like, it's like no matter what. No matter what. You're literally like, I feel like what I do for you, you do for me. And it's very like yin yang. It's very like I never feel drained. Like I never feel like I'm giving too much in a way that it's like I'm not getting it back. And I'm like, I feel like you're one of the very few people, like very few, that I feel that way about. Like honestly, very fulfilling. Great. Love our friendship.
Oh.
Love it. It's so nice. And I'm upset that I came to that conclusion yesterday. Like I feel like I should have came to that conclusion sooner.
Yeah.
But I guess we needed time so I could have stuff to
Yeah.
look back on. But no, really, honestly, you did for me what no relationship prior to us meeting has ever done. Literally nothing. So great. Like if they should be jealous of anyone, it should be you. So sorry to those people.
That's so that's so cute.
It's so
Aw.
nice. I know. I love you. That doesn't. Well, I can ask you. Do you think I've ever had my heart broken? I'm interested to know because I have my answer.
No.
Okay. Do you want to explain? Do
Was
you
that
want
your
to
answer?
elaborate? Yeah, I don't think I've ever had it like broken.
I
I
think
think it's been hurt. I think she's been
yes.
hurt for sure.
I think there's instances where we get really, really hurt and we
Yeah.
think it's like the end of the world, but I don't think it's ever gonna be, well, until it happens, I don't think it's ever gonna be like earth shattering.
Yeah.
Like,
Or like I feel like for me, it wasn't even that my heart was broken. I think I was in a position I didn't think I'd have to be in again. So it was more so like I was just disappointed beyond measure maybe. Like it
yeah,
was more like it was like fuck, okay. Then like oh my gosh, I can't believe this is happening. It was
yeah.
more just like oh okay. I guess this is where we are type of thing. But I don't think you've ever had your heart broken.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think I don't think you have either.
Yeah,
Well, how would
no.
you describe those moments? Like where mine's is, oh fuck, here we are again. Like what would yours be?
I think mine would just be like, this had to happen.
Okay.
Yeah. It was more of like a I'm accepting this because it had to happen and I know like I'll get over it for sure, 100%. It's just in the moment it stings,
Yeah.
but it was never going to be like a
Yeah, like I don't think we've
my
ever
world
been
is
like I've
ending.
cried, of course, for sure, but I'm just like an emotional person.
Yeah.
So I feel like if I pass my threshold of sadness, I'm going to cry. Like I just think it's gonna happen. But it's never been like oh my gosh, how am I gonna move past this? Like I've never felt like oh my gosh, I
Yeah.
can't. It's just like fuck,
Yeah.
why me? Like it's more like that. Like why now?
Yeah.
Type of thing. But yeah, then I was kind of heartbroken. I don't know what that means for us in the future. But because I feel like it's kind of better to get your heart broken early. Don't you think? Like, just
I guess,
get
but
it broken in the beginning so that if it happens again, like, I feel like nothing's gonna hurt more than the first one. Or maybe
yeah.
that's just what Taylor Swift wants me to think.
Okay.
Or Disney wants me to think that it's never gonna be as bad as the very first one. Because the first one's like you've never felt that pain before.
I guess, but I think it just depends on the situation. Like it could be like pretty bad for the first time, but the second time could be a different type
Of
of like
bad.
bad.
Nah, you're not wrong. You might be on. So maybe there is no hope. You got your heart broken one time? Shit. If it happens again, hey man, I'll have wine. That's what I'm gonna do. Like people are like I'm gonna eat tubs of ice cream. I'm not an ice cream person. I'll have wine and maybe like no, I'm gonna have like a million honey buns, but then I'm gonna get sick.
I don't think I'd be the type of person to just eat or drink something.
Girl, that's gonna be me. The wine is a definite. I think so. Or maybe I'll smoke. This is so I'm getting into a lot of addictive things here, huh? Guys. I'm getting into a lot of that. Okay, one question that this has is what has this conversation taught you about yourself?
I think what this conversation has taught me is that I've really grown as a person.
Okay.
Yeah. Not on some like my age and my independence, but as like I'm someone completely different than I was a year ago type. Not like when I was in high school or middle school, elementary school. It was like every year I grow more based on the people that are around me.
Okay.
Yeah. Because it's like you choose who's around you. So it's like those people teach you new things about yourself and what makes you comfortable and what you like and what you dislike and what what you don't find to be appealing or attracting.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's what this conversation has taught me.
Okay. I would say for me, I feel like it just taught me just how important you are to me and like in my life. I had this epiphany yesterday, but I still feel like this conversation just reiterated these points that you are really like someone that I think at this point in my life I really needed to meet because I feel like prior to you, I don't know, like I don't think I've ever really been on the end of a friendship where I felt like how can I word this? Because I don't want my other friends to think that I don't feel the same way, but it's like you are to me what I feel like I am to other people. Like I honestly feel like you are as if I met myself. And it's like if anyone could do for me what I do for others, it would be you. In that way that like you support me, if I know that if I'm down and out, that like you would be there. Like no matter what. And it's like, if I'm not at 10, I know that you can support whatever it is that I'm not. Like you can get me to there without me having to like be there already.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's mind-boggling honestly. Like I really wish I would have seen that sooner. But like now that I've seen it, I'm like, yeah, of course, makes sense.
Yeah.
Like literally.
It's weird that it just takes you off guard. Like you meet someone so like
Yeah, it was just
life altering.
unexpected. It was just an unexpected
Yeah.
thing. And it was like I didn't see it as it was happening, like because I know me and I'm like, I would give anything. Like if you needed money and I had the money, I would give it to you. If I had a car and you needed me to pick you up, I would pick you up. If you wanted me to come over to your house and it was last minute, I would go. Like if I'm capable and you need it, I would give it to you because you're my friend. And it's like, I care for you that much. And I feel like you would do that without
Yeah.
question. And it's like, I don't question. I'm not like, well, maybe if she, it's like, no, I 100% believe that she would do that.
Yeah.
And it's like, because that's just who she is. Like, that's just who she is. And that's just who I am. And it's like, I don't think I've ever met a person where it was just like, other than like Najee, where it's like, she'll do that. Like, I think she'll do it. Because that, like, I know she cares about me. And if I did ask her, then she would. Which is why I hate asking you guys for stuff. Because I'm like, it's very rare that you would say no.
Yeah.
So it's like, if I'm gonna ask for help, I want it to be like, where it's like, God, listen, like, I asked everyone I could, or because I'm like, it's so important. I don't want to overuse that. Like, I don't want to overuse all of my requests and asks, because it's like, no, like, I shouldn't constantly be like, Arly, can you do this for me? Or you can do that for me? Can you take me here? Can you do that? It's like, no, because if I know that you're not going to say no, then the only way I'm going to ask you is if I know that I literally, like, there's no other option. Like, there's nothing else. Like, I only want to come to you and Ajay for moments in my life where it's like, fuck, like, I am asking you because I have not, like, nowhere else to go.
Yeah.
Like, I don't, like, that's important to me too. I don't want to, like, take advantage of that. That openness and that kindness, because I know, because we're so willing to do it, that it's like, it's so easy to just keep tapping into that and be like, okay, well, I know she'll do that for me. Or like, no, like, I don't have to ask her because she'll do it anyway. And it's like, no. Like, of course not. Like, just because you're willing to doesn't mean I need to keep asking you to do that.
Yeah. And I think that's like very important, because in any other regular friendship, if you were to ask someone over and over and over again for a favor, for this, for that, they'd be like, all right, well, hold up, because I do so much for you, but you don't do anything for me. But that's the difference in the friendships, is that, like, I wouldn't clock you. I wouldn't be like,
Yeah,
all
and
right,
it's
this
like, I
month you
don't
asked
feel
me
like
for this,
that
this, and
either.
that. And it's like, but that's not what it's about.
But I
Like,
also feel like it's because we're so, it's like we never take. It's like a cycle. Like, I feel like if you pour into my cup one month, or like today, naturally it's just gonna go back to you the next day, because that's just what we do. So it never feels like you're losing anything, or you never feel like you're giving more than the other person, or at least I never feel that way, because I'm like, I gave her this today, and it's not even like, oh, because she asked me. It's like, because I wanted to. And then I know that if something happens to me, like, I don't have to ask her, or even if I do, she'll do it. But it's like, you do it naturally because you wanted to. So it doesn't even get to a place where it's like, well, I did this for her, and she doesn't do anything for me. It's like, we're always in a space where it's given without even asking.
Yeah, for sure.
And I feel like that's rare too. For me, it's like, it's not that I have to ask, but rarely does it just get given to me without me having to ask for it.
Yeah.
And that's something people need to learn. Because, like, why didn't you just ask? And it's like, having it done already without asking is so much better.
For sure.
So much better. And I feel like you just get me. Like, you just get, like, you'll tell me shit about myself, and I'll be like, maybe she's on to something there. Or I'll be like, how does she know that? Like, every time you explain me shutting down on someone, I'm always like, I literally did do all of that, but I didn't think you would notice that I did all of that.
Yeah.
And then you'll explain it back to me, and I'm like, wow. Yep, that's spot on. That's pretty good. Because it's like, I know that I clock out on people, but I don't think I'm, like, aware of, like, how I do it and when I do it. I just know at some point I'm like,
it
nope.
happens.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, I didn't want to be a part of that conversation anymore. And you could be like, yeah, I know that. And I'm like, how'd you know? And you're like, because I literally saw the moment you decided not to. And I'm like, what do you mean?
I observe.
Yeah, and then you tell me, and I'm like, that was the moment I decided not to. Wow. And I didn't even know. I just knew that at one point I did. And that, my friends, is how you pick your besties. If they can do that, I'm the psych major.
I'm a communications major.
See, guys? Come on now.
We go hand in hand.
Mm-hmm.
Mano a mano.
Yeah.
Yo.
It's like National Besties Day. Because we're stunting on all you bitches. A lot of people be surprised. What? They're just friends.
Besties.
Them bitches lying.
I love how we have not denied anyone.
Because I'm not afraid of the allegations.
Right, yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
you're like, what? Gay? I'm like, what are you so mad about? Like, what are you so angry about?
Oh my god.
No, literally, like, I take those, babe. I've been battling these allegations since middle school. They're not going away. If anything, I'm like, wow. I love her so much. Openly, they think that I'm in love with this bitch. Maybe they're right. But I won't stop her from loving someone else. I won't let myself get in the way of that.
Yeah.
Just know I'm in the back lingering somewhere. Waiting.
Just so you know.
Whenever you're done, just let me know. I have a movie. I bought us popcorn so we can watch it together. That's the type of timing I'm on. I'm not fucking her. I just want her to lay in bed and watch a movie with me. Maybe drink some wine if she wants to.
You and your goddamn wine.
She won't drink wine with me. She'll have her Corona. And I'll have my wine. And then we'll have a bowl of popcorn that we, in the middle of us, that we eat from. So
I think if I ever get a girlfriend, I feel like you'd like them.
Of course. I'm so pro girly. Like,
yeah. Or like, even if like at first you don't, I feel like you'd make the effort
a
to
small
try.
part of me feels like you'd get a girlfriend and me and your girlfriend would become like
besties.
Yes. I feel like we would.
Like, come here. Sit down. Let me tell you a little something.
Like, I feel like she's gonna be the one in bed with me watching Married at First Sight, and it'd be like, but she watches it on her own anyway. Right. And then you walk in and be like, "What are you guys watching?" And we're like, "Married at First Sight." What do you mean?
I come in from a long day of work, and I find you two just watching a movie. And I'm like, well, sure.
And what about me, guys?
Let me just crawl in there real quick.
Work. We just started it though. You can come in. Get a bowl of popcorn. That's how I feel like it would be.
Okay.
Yeah, but
so nothing to be jealous of.
Oh, yeah. I need to put that out there too. No, guys. Please.
Yeah.
I love her. So that means I want her to be loved too. Okay? Like, remember that. I love her. But she also needs to be loved the right way. Yeah. Remember that. The correct way. By someone else that she also wants to love. And I would never get in the way of that because, again, I love her. So who am I to limit the amount of love that she can get? That would make me a bad friend. And that's not what I am.
Heard it here first, folks.
Yeah. There you go. Put that out there. Put that out there for everyone to know. You, on the other hand, if you don't like them, you can tell me. That's okay.
I feel like I feel like if I don't like them, I don't think I'd ever make it apparent.
To them? You know? If you don't like them, I want you to tell me.
No, I mean like in front of them in public. Yeah. Like, there's people who like actually like they don't like someone, they like shut down, give faces, right? Mm-hmm. I feel like I wouldn't, like, if I don't like them, I'd like in the moment I'd be like talking to them. But then
I'd be like, so Arly, how do you feel about them? I feel like you'd be like, and I'd be like, it's bad.
Yeah.
It's bad.
Yeah, I mean, I'll let you know, but I'm never, like, even if I hate them, I'm never going to be like...
If you hate them, I need to know why, because I feel like it would be valid. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't know. Like, if you and Michaela didn't like the person I was dating, I would honestly be like, okay, like, tell me why. Of course, if I don't agree with it, then I'm... But if it's something that I agree with, I feel like I'd be like, let me inspect that further.
Right.
Let me
Yeah.
see where we're going with this.
Yeah.
Because it's not like just, I hate him because he's taking you away from me. Like, it's
Oh
not
yeah.
that.
No. No. No.
I feel like if you didn't like them, it would be like, I don't like it because he does this to you, or it's like, I don't really like his attitude around certain things. Like, I feel like it would go back to like me
Yeah.
and how that would
Yeah.
impact me. So I feel like it should be something that I
Yeah.
should listen
But I don't
to.
think I'd ever interfere. Like I know there's some friends that would like be like, I hate him, and in public would just
Mm-hmm.
openly say what he
Yeah.
does that they don't like. But I don't think I'd ever, because I feel like at that point, that's embarrassing you.
Mm-hmm.
And that's putting you in a position to be like, am I choosing my friend or
Yeah.
him? And I wouldn't want to put you in that position. So I feel like out in public, I'd be okay with him. Like, I'd be like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, like, let's talk, whatever. We're chilling.
Yeah.
Good.
For
But I'm
sure.
not gonna flat out say all
See
that.
that, guys? Come on. Aren't we just a healthy bunch of peas in a pod? We're just two goofy goobers goofying around together in a nice, healthy, respectful way.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we should have a show on Netflix at this point
Oh, I
to
mean,
give some good representation, some nice, good, healthy, liberal, free, ever changing friendship between two girls, and we're both minorities. Guys, we're living the life you're writing about.
yeah,
Come on. Come on. They're just not ready. You
yeah,
know
I
what?
know.
The society is ready, but
We always say, I feel like we feel like a camera crew should be
oh
following
my
us.
god.
Not
Yeah.
freshman year though. They would have caught some
We
pretty,
would have been canceled. They would have canceled the show. No, we would have been on HBO Max,
yeah.
rivaling Euphoria, low
We
key.
yeah, it
So,
would have been.
not that with drugs though. We're not. We don't condone the use of crack cocaine. We don't do that.
Let's just say that freshman year just was not.
You know,
You
it was.
know,
It happened.
it was an experience.
It
I feel
definitely
like
was.
I feel like
It was a transitional
it was
phase.
meant to happen for a reason.
Yeah, a transitional phase of a lot of people meeting at a point in which they were changing.
Yes.
And we were just changing together,
Yes.
going through it
Yeah.
together.
And we'll leave you guys at that.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you for listening to this episode.
Honestly, I love this episode. This episode was really
Me
good.
too. Yeah.
Very nice.
And we'll see you next time on This and That
Bye.
podcast.
It's been fun. Loved it.
Yo, I can't with you.